live. I think we're live. Green, 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 green. Looks good. Good morning. I'll need some feedback right away on audio levels because everything is scrambled. It was all taken apart to do the YouTube recording the other day, and now I've put it all back together, but I don't know where the levels are going to lie, so let me know. My own mic is right in front of me. It says pretty quiet. Let's boost it a bit, not too much. And then the outside audio is also on. We'll see how that goes. I just boosted it. You're saying now louder. Now it's okay. I have this delay here, so I don't know. So okay. All right, let me know as it goes through. I don't know. The audio on the previous Twitch stream was whatever. I tested it. I had 4 audio sources to choose from and chose what I thought would be the clearest, sharpest, best sound. Didn't quite work on that. I didn't have the bucket. No, I saw it, but you know what I'm trying to do right now? I'm trying to keep the weight down. I'm trying to do the swimming thing, so fatty foods like that, no, I passed on the bucket on Christmas. It's okay. There is a ton of stuff to do here this morning. An absolute ton of stuff. Enough for whatever. What shall we do? I know one job has to be done during the stream this morning. We're making an adjustment to the blocks for the Delight prints, the January-February set. You've seen them all over the place now. We're going to change how we depict the snow. And Dei-chan has already done her test printing, and she's pretty much demanded it isn't working for the snow, and I agree with her, she's right. So we're going to recarve the snow blocks today. But I just got back from the pool. I'm sort of a little bit edgy. Let me do a bit of other work first before I start that, just so I can sort of sit and relax a bit. We have prints to open, and I have to do one embossing session this morning. So let me start with that. That way I can relax a little bit and we can get going here. What did I do with the outside camera? What happened to it? Oh, I see, I'm sorry. Instead of pulling it down, I turned it off. My apologies. Get back to the routine here, Dave. Sorry. Someone says, how was the break? What are you talking about? Unopened prints. There's, how was the break? This is the first test batch of the New Year card. You are not going to see that here on the stream. Absolutely. That's the card we will be using for the actual Nengajo, the New Year's card we give out here in Japan. And it's also the same print we'll be using for our gift print, the Patreon gift print, through the course of 2022. We make the switch over in January. It's funny, we've still sent out some Patreon New Year gift prints this month, but they were last year's New Year's card. Oh, from Northern Greenland. Are you the gentleman who got the gift, the print and wrote to me last month? I got an email from a gentleman in Greenland. It was on the west side of Greenland. I forget the name of the town, I'm sorry. Somebody had bought him one of our prints as a gift. Before I sent it out, I Googled the address, stalking, to see what the place looked like, and it was really cool. I walked around the town. And then he sent an email later. So one of our prints, I think it's the most northern, our northernmost print. It's a scene of Mount Fuji, and it's now hanging on a wall in Greenland. Oh, it was your brother. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Thanks for that gesture. He wrote back to me, and we got a bit of communication going on there. Okay, this is the board I need. I guess it's not a contest. Where's the most northerly one of our prints? We've got lots in Sweden, of course, bunch in northern Canada, but that one clearly takes the record, I'm sure. Okay, I should show you the prints. The prints to be embossed this morning, these are just, I was going to say they're a delight, but I guess I have to be careful how to use that word these days. Luis, yeah, did I get the subscription errors? Yes, there was 2 errors over the weekend, one of which I don't really want to talk about. Yes, the error is sorted. Thank you. The batch of prints just back here. This is from Kubota-san. As you know, we opened up the Scenes of Nature series for the second run, and this is one of the prints from this batch. We've done 100 or so each. This camera, I was using it upstairs, this camera is having trouble focusing. We're going to sort this out. Here we are. Yeah, Edmonton near the North Pole. Has that become a meme on this stream from the Hardy Boys stories? Is that the reference you're making to? No, I think this story, the Hardy Boys story, I think it said Edmonton up near the Arctic Circle. And Dave was reading that when he was 7, 8 years old, living in Edmonton and thinking, am I up near the Arctic Circle? I didn't know that. That's not a rocket, that's a tube of glue. Somewhere on this stream somebody asked me about glue and I was trying to draw the shape of a tube of glue. Okay. I have got to change my... the problem is this stuff, we don't have any down here on the first floor. This stuff is up on the 3rd floor. And every time I realize I've got to change this, it means I got to trek up to the 3rd floor to do it. And I think, well, okay, like whatever, let's just handle this here. So lazy is as lazy does. My God. Edmonton Oilers were a hockey team when Dave lived there. The Edmonton Oilers didn't exist when I lived there. When I lived in Edmonton, there were 6 teams in the in the what do they call it? Not the National, the National Hockey League. What do they call it? The NHL. There were 6 teams. There was no Edmonton team. The idea of an Edmonton team was nothing. It was the 6. I left Edmonton in 1962. We moved to 62 or 63. We moved to Winnipeg. Out of the frying pan into the fire. Okay. The original 6, yes. I mean, to me, still at my age, when you speak of things like the Edmonton Oilers, I'm thinking like, that sounds like a farm team or something. It doesn't sound like a real thing. It sounds like a farm team. Let's test here. What I'm going to do, he's given me, there might be some corner cuts at the back. Yeah, there's a few corner cuts at the back. Let's use one of those. Let's use one of those as my... What's he doing? This is a corner cut. I can't see anything wrong with it. Any idea? Look, he's cut the corner. No idea. Absolutely no idea. Whatever, sort it out later when we're doing our checking. For now, I got to get going on this. Someone's asking, are we looking for photo people? I need someone here in Tokyo to help with video. I don't know if I need a videographer. I don't know really what that means even. But if there's somebody who lives in Tokyo who knows that stuff, how to shoot, we are lined up. We're good to go. Then yeah, have him call me. Have him call me, you know. Please. Is that what it was? Were the clouds a little bit? It could be. He's thinking that the background color is a bit weak, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta get going. See you, Karen. Talk to you later. Thank you. as usual, it wouldn't be good to do the whole thing. Give me a count somewhere around 50, and let's cut and run on this. It'll give me a chance to relax for a little bit. I'm a little bit uppy this today. I just got back from the pool and trying to get all the gear set up. None of this stuff. I came down here this morning and nothing was set up. The cameras were all taken apart for the YouTube video. So let me settle down after doing this and we'll do some carving. We'll carve some snow. It's just after 8 a.m. in Tokyo. We're now on December the 27th. Dave had a quiet Christmas in the sense of there was nobody around, but my God. I don't want to talk about the website error. I don't want to talk about that. If I wasn't the boss, I would be severely, severely disciplined or whatever. We don't really know to do that around here, but the screw up I did over the weekend was, it's like a firing offense, absolutely. No, he wouldn't auto cut the first one, just he wouldn't cut them at all until the end. But actually what he's done, I see it now actually, going back there to look at it. For the cutting, he's cut just a tiny bit. In other words, he knows that I could still actually use this. He hasn't cut so much. There's another one here, for example. He's cut so much that I couldn't use this, and it's pretty clear. There's a black smear. This is an actual screw up. He's dropped it on the block. Even monkeys fall from trees. This one too. The other one with a major cut. And this is misregistered. One of the things, he's dropped it on the block a little bit in the wrong place. Maybe that's his first copy or so. But these two, he's just lightly cut. So maybe he's thinking there might be a little glitch with them somewhere, but Dave may be cool with this, so let's see how it goes. So he's cut them to warn me, but he hasn't cut them enough to destroy the print. So I'll look at it later on. Put them upside down for now. There's something else to notice about those cut corner prints, you know. This is very, very different from how I behaved as an amateur until I learned how to do it properly. You're running through the stack of prints. You've got your sheets, 100 sheets or 110 or 10 sheets or whatever it is you've got. And partway along one of the colors, you maybe make a mistake. It slips, oops, and you've done it, and you've spoiled a print. Amateur Dave, before he got good at this, that print would then just be thrown aside. Why waste any more time on it printing the other colors? Because you know you're going to throw it away. The professional leaves it in the stack and just keeps going. And the deal is that stack is inviolate. The thickness of it, the weight of it, the balance of the moisture, how things are all interlocked with each other. You don't muck with the stack. Your stack is something that you started at the beginning, get the moisture ready, and nothing changes until you get to the end. And if you're printing a light color, it starts to dry out, you dab it a bit more. If you're printing a heavy color and too much moisture goes in there, you put some interleaves in this. But the stack is the stack. There's no changes to the team roster partway through the season. You go with what you've got. It helps the rhythm of the work, it helps the balance, everything feels the same as you go through. Then at the end, you cull them. The other thing about that too, having the stack inviolate like that, is what happens. And again, as a beginner, this meant nothing to me, but once you get more experience, this happens. You print your key blocks first, and in theory, if you've done it really well, your key blocks are all registered exactly the same. You got the paper in the corner, perfectly, exactly right, exactly the same. Could be, when you come to print your colors, okay, oops, what's this? You may find that one of them the color on that first color block is a little bit misregistered. And you check again with the next one. Oh, look at that, it's okay. So that color block, that one, the key block was wrong. And maybe you just hadn't put the key block perfectly inside. You left it out a smidgen of a millimeter. But because you're keeping the stack unchanged and everything, you know which print has the slightly off misregistration. It was the third print in that particular group. And then when you get to all the colors in stage with that print, you do the same thing. You pull the paper out just so you don't change the registration marker, you just pull it out a little bit and all the other colors come perfectly registered. So you get to know the prints in the stack. I can't exaggerate. Kubota-san didn't know this is number 17 and it has a bit of a light blue color, whatever. It's not that much, but you do get to know your stack. By the time you've got to the end of your 12 colors or 15 colors or whatever it is, those are your friends, you know who they are, you know what's going on, you've learned their quirks, you know that there's a batch of 5 sheets in the middle, they're a little bit thick. And you dry them off and you forget it. Start again. Oh, embossing. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's show the embossing. It's the name of the carver and the name of the printer. Does it help with the light on? No, the light on washes it out. See? You can see the embossing on the print. Crazy. It looks like something's thrown on top of the paper. Here we are. It's Hori Chon. This is the boy from Hong Kong who I talked about in the video. And this is Suri Printing Kubota Kenichi. So it's the two guys. I was watching the video after I put it up the other day, you know, I did all the editing. There's so many verbal mistakes in that thing, it's crazy. I said, talking about Chon-san, you know, he's getting really, really, really good at this. I think I said in the video, I can hear, I should have said I can feel his breath on the back of my neck is what I should have said or something. And I think I said I can see it or hear it or something, I don't know. There's also another place. I tell you, I'm losing my ability to speak English. I said something like, did we get more 8 views of cats prints done this year? And I had intended to say, in a word, no. And my brain got halfway through it and said, in a word, and then said a full sentence. I don't know. So I'm losing it. There is news about the Asakusa stuff, local stuff. Ninja across the street. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They've been there now. When did they open? At the beginning of October. So they've now gone, I guess, almost 3 months. They're doing, it seems from an outside point, they're doing really well. They're really busy on weekends and on school holidays. Other than that, it is Death Valley over there. Of course, I mean, their market is kids, so that's that. They did really well yesterday. It was busy, going all day long. We heard the shouting and screaming and whatever. But they are showing signs of, panic would be too much to say. They are showing signs from the outside that they are scrambling to adjust their business model to try and keep alive. About 2 weeks ago, they put a little wooden table outside with an antique little hibachi on top of it. And whatever, I don't know what hibachi means in the West now. It's some kind of thing that you grill meat on, but in Japan the hibachi was a wooden bowl with a metal liner with ash and stuff inside it, and that's the way you heat your house. You put a couple of lumps of charcoal in it, and that's, you know, people huddled over this hibachi. You see it in the old prints and stuff all the time. So they put a hibachi outside with something inside to make warm, and on top of that they put a kettle just like the one in the print that we showed a couple of months back. And they put in there sake, and they have put up a sign saying beer 500 yen each, hot sake, I think it's 300 yen for hot sake. They've got this outside and they're serving outside. I don't know if they have a liquor license or not, but I think whatever, they seem to be a bit desperate. So they are clearly casting around for ways to survive when there's no kids around. And something else they have done is absolutely stunning to me, and we are all now waiting for an absolute disaster. They have 1, 2, 3 floors in the building. You can see it across the street. You can't see. You can see the base. It's dark. Let's pull it up a bit. Maybe you can see what they've done. I don't know. No, we can't quite see the top. It's the white building with the flags. It's first floor, second floor, third floor, and we can't see it from here, but up on the third floor there's an open, it's like our building, there's a roof, and around the roof is a little metal railing to stop people from, you know, falling off if they go up there. And the boy who is the chief ninja guy out there, he's out there practicing swinging his swords. He has started a new routine. He's got a little rope, a little thin black rope that he pulls out of his gear. He hides the rope inside his gear. He's out on the street. The kids come for their little episode or whatever, or he's out there trying to drum up business. And he pulls the rope out and says, "You want to see me up on the roof? Just watch." He puts the rope back in, scuttles inside. Up he goes. 15 seconds later, we see him pop out on the roof. He takes the thing, ties it to that little thin metal rail, climbs over, swoops it around his body, and chup, 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 chup. 5 seconds later, he's standing on the sidewalk. And the little metal rail is going, and as he's bouncing down, kicking against the building, and the metal rail is going, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this. And I don't want to watch this. And somebody's saying that can't end well. And the girls upstairs are terrified. There's 4 of them up there printing today. Maybe he won't be doing it today. It's Monday, I don't know. They're terrified. He announced it, "Here we go!" And he stands up on top, and the girls are all like, "Please, I don't want to hear screaming. I don't want to hear screaming, because this cannot end well." I chatted with him about this a couple of days ago. "Look, are you sure? Do you think that's..." And he says, I'm a light guy. It's okay. And I'm like, you probably haven't noticed, but I got to tell you, from where I stand across the street, and I showed him what's happened, the gesture, he says, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." What's that expression they use, the Darwin Awards? Maybe there's one going to be, I don't know, whatever. I mean, there is no maximum weight of those ratings. You don't hang things from those ratings. It's a piece of thin metal that some dude went, put spot welded together. I don't know. How do you protect people from their own stupidity? What do you do, you know? And yesterday was Sunday. He was showing off. He did this a number of times, at least 5, 6, 7 times. People were watching, you know. They're all applauding. "Wow, ooh, cool, wow." And I cannot bear to watch. So maybe he's right and I'm wrong. I'm an old dude that's just, you know, too conservative and too, "Oh, you young kids, you should be careful, you know, blah, 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 blah." Maybe that's the case. No idea. No idea. I mean, I carry scars from stupid, really stupid things I did with my bicycle. I've got scars. My teeth are all totally smacked up. Stuff that happened to me when I was a kid, you know. So yeah, whatever. The bag lady, yeah, put up here. So I don't know. Ninja. The first time he did this was at night a couple of weeks ago. I was in my room on the front of the second floor here. I had no idea, whatever. They'd already closed for the evening. The street was dark. And I hear outside, I hear some yelling. Hey, look, what? There's some yelling going on. And it's not the usual ninja yelling. This was after they were closed. So I opened my shoji screen and people are pointing up. And I look up and there's the guy. It's dark. There's this black suited figure moving against the wall. So I quickly tried to take a couple of pictures of this. And he landed. And I guess this is the first evening he was testing this. In the evening, rather than when the street was crowded. So I don't know. We should be about 50. Okay, let's. What time is it now? It's almost 8:30. Let's do that then. I don't know how long it's going to take me to carve the snow. Not so long. It's 2 blocks. Are these metal swords? He has a sword of some kind of metal that he uses himself for waving around and showing off and doing the poses and the stances and the draw and stuff. The swords they give to the little kids, I have no idea what they are. They don't seem like foam. I think they're just plastic or something. I don't know. Because the little kids, they hack with them. When the bad guy comes out in the theatrical moment at the end of each class, the bad guy comes out, and the kids, after trying to shuffle him off with their fingers, they hack at him with their swords. So those swords, I believe, must be just whatever, toy plastic or something. And these guys, I'm sure they're not completely stupid. I like the idea of having them here. They're making the district livelier, happier. I'm a little concerned now about this last one, but I don't know. Okay, let's just do one more here. One more. Yeah, telling stories, but I do not want to come on the stream next week and say, I have news for you. The boy is dead or something like this, or worse, he breaks his back and he's paralyzed for the rest of his life or something. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that. Enough. Okay, we are not halfway through, but as I said, that's enough for now. That's enough for now. Let's put these in. I have so many more to do, you know. I've got to finish that group from Kubota-san. We can just quickly open them. I have another group. This is the Shishi group. These came from Yamamoto. As you know, you've seen the video. We're opening this series up again for subscriptions. So we're almost through. There's 3 of them left that we haven't done yet. One of those will be finished this week, and 2 more come in the beginning of January. So people are ordering this series now, and some of them are ordering full sets. So we've got to get these things ready. This is the first reprint of last year's series. Put that aside. There's another group. Later. We also have some chitty removal to do. I'm not going to do it right now, but just to show what else is going on. There's a batch of prints from Ayumi-san. She has done a reprint of one of our older prints in the catalog, something I carved many years ago. Ayumi-san has done a reprint of this. And she's done a really good job. They've come out really nicely, very nicely. But there's a bunch, the group she's given me here, they have paper stains or chitty right in the face too. So she's asked me to clean these up. This is fun. It's mica powder. It's got a real mica sheen. You saw, we posted about this a few weeks ago. I think we posted on Instagram. The girls upstairs, the three of them together, were putting the mica powder onto these prints. So she's asked me if I can save this particular group, and we'll do that sometime. Ha ha ha. She gets paid for them anyway, of course. The ones that she's printed properly, she gets paid for. If there's Chilean bark, that's not the printer's fault. I can't deduct her pay for that. That's not my problem, me and the paper maker. It really would have been better. She, well, no, she had no choice. I gave her the paper with a certain orientation, so she just had to run through and use it. So this is on me. So we'll pay her for the printing. If I can save this so it's not visible to the user, then we will sell it. If I end up digging a hole that's too big, bingo, it goes in the no good pile and I eat it. Okay. Okay, it would have been sensible if I had pulled a print here to show you what I'm talking about, but they're all upstairs, I think. They're all upstairs. How can I do this? I don't know. Try and describe what we're doing. I think what I have here, I still have Jed's original Photoshop here. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is not the woodblock print we just finished. This is a Photoshop version of it. If you look at the print, top left, number 1, number 2. Number 1 and number 2 have steam or mist or whatever you would call it. Steam rising up above the water. And you can see it carved here, and the girls have been printing it, and I did the test printing with white titanium powder. There's also snow dots on the same block. This is on number 2. There are snow dots. It's not working. In order to keep the mist, the steam very light and not intrusive, we're keeping the white quite low and semi-transparent. And that doesn't work for the snow. So Dave decided along with the girls there in agreement with this, what we're going to do is we're going to cut the snow off that block. I am going to cut the snow into this block, which is the block for the background color for the bath. And that's not enough to do it because there's one more block that gives the gradation inside the bath area. I don't know if you can see it. No, it's not visible on Jed's. We did ours a different way. Number 1 and number 2 here look like they have a purple gradation that matches across the two prints. It doesn't work like that. We've had to do a gradation across the two prints, and then we've had to carve a separate block for the bath area on print number 2 and put a bit of a deeper gradation on that. Otherwise it just doesn't look natural. So to get our bright white snow falling down above this bath, we have to carve the snow dots away from this block and from this block. And that's my job now over the next few minutes here. And how I'm going to do it is this. I've got somewhere here 2 sheets of paper, stiff paper, with a bit of gampi. I've got 2 of them. So we take the snow block. Maybe I can do it just with pressure. Let's see. If I take the snow block here, I'm just taking embossing. Yeah. Put the wood away. So the snow, in the end, the snow will be the paper color. In Kyoto prints or whatever somebody's asking about it, the snow or stuff like that was gohun, white pigment, powdered, you know, what do you call it, calcium carbonate, powdered seashells. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. We've got to do this on 2 blocks. So I could make this tracing twice, paste it on 1 block and paste it on another block. But no, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to make this tracing once to show the location of the snow. It doesn't actually matter, you know, I could, because I'm going to carve the white off that block. I could just make snow random anywhere here. It wouldn't make any difference. I don't think Jed's drawing demands that the snow would be absolutely in one specific place, but whatever. So now we know where the snow is wanted. I am now going to paste this down on the blank background block for the bath color. This is the block that makes the peach color that's in the background of the bath. There's a peach color behind the cat and the fox on the second block, and that's going to get pasted right now on top of it. So, I know Mr. Rodson there's also bringing up another point. When you print that white stuff on a print, depending on what you used and how much glue is there and how people treat it and how it fades and whatever, it can disappear or just get funky. By carving snow into the block, we know it's going to be there and it's going to be stable. Here we are, okay. Don't get your peel worries out. There's going to be no special peel here. So we'll do this in 2 stages. Step 1, we'll carve this into the background block. Then after I've carved this, we will print an impression from this block and we will paste that down onto the purple gradation block so that I can carve it the second time in exactly the same place. This is why the printers were a little bit not so excited about this, because they have to line it up exactly. Comments. Someone's first stream? Oh, first time chat. Twitch has a new deal. They tell me now. They say first time viewer, first time viewer. So thank you, first time viewers. I don't know. Welcome back. No. We have real focus problems. Come on, camera, what are you doing? Let's see if that's any better. Let's see, but I don't know. I don't trust it. Let's see what happens. That's why I said I changed the settings on all the gear. Everything was mixed up and changed and set up for that YouTube video, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is it holding focus? Okay, there we are. No dramatic peel, but we've peeled back enough of the background to give us a shot of this. Okay, let's get carving. Oops, under. Seems okay, just leave it. The scope is there, standing by, but I think I can carve some snow without that. Are we adding the steam? No, we're adding the snow. The microscope is right there. Relax, relax, relax. In Photoshop, Jed put little tiny circles in. He just used Photoshop, tiny snow circles. In the old prints, the Hasui prints or whatever, the snow is usually not tiny circles. It's just tiny little whatever, you know, blobs and shapes and triangles and stuff. So, which suits me fine, because carving ultimate tiny little perfect circles is really nobody's idea of having a good time. I think I might use the scope. Let me switch. It is pretty small. Let's do this. Let me find the location. Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, let's do this. Is that better? Okay, where we go. Each snowflake is unique. Yeah. This isn't the background leaving the snowflakes. This is leaving the background and taking out the snowflakes. We have to do this twice. And these are actually, they're big enough, little fat fluffies, that there's actually shape to them. So let's try and make shape. The other thing too, really important, and the girls upstairs were on at me about this when I told them this plan the other day. They said, please, please carve them cleanly. And what they want here, in order to print smooth color on this block, they want these little holes to be pretty clean and sharp, and of course a little bit deep. If I carve it so that it's a bit rough and it's ragged at one end, or it's not a bit deep enough, or if I leave a bit of junk wood in there, then when they're printing, paste gets caught in there. And it'll all be, you know, it'll blob up and it won't look like snow, it'll be a dark purple blob. So they are really, Dave, please cut them cleanly, cleanly as you can. I'm like, okay, I'm a printer too, I know, I understand. Maybe I'll be on the crew for this. So yeah, I'm going to do what I can. Trust me, trust me. Because the cleaner we get this, the better it's going to be. And the top area here where the sky is, these are going to be only one block. It's those 5 snowflakes that I just carved. These are the ones that have to be carved twice, and they're going to print twice. It would have been okay, I guess, you know, just to carve snow at the top and have no snow in the bath area, but live dangerously. I remember I had a list of stuff that I was supposed to tell you about because it's been so long. There's so much news, but I don't remember. I don't have my list. I didn't put remember the list onto the list, so I forgot my list. So. One of the news things that I meant to mention is there's been another change, or the next step is playing out in the drama between City Hall and the merchants on the next street to me. If you know the Asakusa area, you'll know that as you come up the Sensoji Temple, there's the row of shops, the Nakamise. Then just before you get to the temple area, just before the kindergarten, the school on the left-hand side, there's a cross street called Dempo-in Dori. Dempo-in is the name of the temple that's there, where the school and kindergarten is. And that's the street, Dempo-in Dori. And ever since the post-war period, sometime 50s or 60s, I don't know, there have been a bunch of little shack-type, temporary little shack shops there. It turns out that they have been actually on the road. They are not on land. They're not paying rent to anybody. They just took over part of the road all those years ago, and they've been there ever since. It's the vacuum cleaner, right? Shall I shut down the outside sound for a minute? Down, down, down goes the vacuum cleaner. All right, remind me to put it back up in a minute. So I got a link for you on this. Just a second, let me try and find the link. The city has taken this to the next stage now, and the city has sued that association of shops. They've sued them to not only get out of town, but they have said, get out of town, but before you go, pay us back rent for the time you've been using this. And it's unspecified in the newspaper story whether back rent means 40, 50 years of back rent or just like something I don't know. Here's the newspaper story. It's a what do you call it? It's a paywall page. It's a paywall, so I get that newspaper, so I looked at the newspaper, read it, scanned it, and put it up there. And how this is going to play out, it's kind of obvious how this is going to go. This is Japan, and City Hall is going to win. Absolutely, City Hall is going to win, of course, there's no doubt about it. How long it takes is another story, and how much quasi-violence will be happening, I don't know. It's going to play out for years. There's going to be a suit, there will be an appeal, there will be a higher court. It's going to go on and on and on for a long, long time. And I myself have two moods on this. I'm a pretty square guy. I pay my rent, pay my taxes. I'm a straight-laced dude who keeps things square, you know. So when I see people like that squatting on city property, not paying taxes, the straight-laced Dave wants to say, okay guys, sorry, you had a free ride for a good time, it's time to get out of there and go home. And also their shacks are unsafe, like this building, it should be replaced with something else or nothing. So there's that side of me. But the other side of me says, what, leave them alone, they're fine, they're contributing to the life of this city, they're doing nothing, hurting nobody. The street is huge and wide. If we take them away, all we have left is a garden wall, the outside of the garden wall from the temple. And that street will become a windswept, boring, dry piece of real estate in the middle of what is now one of the most vivid parts of town. Leave them alone. Don't stir up trouble. And it gets worse because around the corner, the place called Hoppidori, the place where people have drinks, that's the same kind of situation. Those people were given that land, or they were allowed to park there in the immediate post-war situation. And now nobody really knows the legality of what's going on. So if this goes through to that ultimate conclusion, this district will be greatly hurt. You know. Garden wall, that's all we'll have. But I guess the lawyers got to do their lawyering, the accountants got to do their counting, you know, whatever. Okay, the snow is cut. The snow is cut on one block. And now the challenge. Let me zoom out a bit. We've got the challenge now. The gradation on the bath area is also going to have those snowflakes cut out. So I have to now transfer those 5 dots, I have to transfer them to this block. Here's how we're going to do it. First step, wash off the no longer needed Gampi paper. So someone is saying, you know, is there a reason why the city is kicking the shops out now? If you read the story I just linked, so it seems that that's the unclear. That's the shop's only defense. They know they have no legal right to use that space. They know they are squatting. They know it's not right that they are not paying rent. They really have no leg to stand on other than that the mayor told us we could do this, you know, like 70 years ago, and there is no documentation of this. So they're in the wrong top to bottom. Their only defense is that, like, why are you doing this to us now? And once this gets to a judge in a court, that won't matter at all. The judge has no question, why is city doing this now? It's irrelevant. The judge is just going to look at the law. City land, do you have a deed or property? No, out. They are squatting. So that's where it will end up at some point down the line. Okay, now, I have good news and bad news for you. The good news is we're going to continue to do this. And I have my second piece of Gampi paper. The same thing. I have a sheet with just a tiny bit of Gampi. We don't want to waste it. And what I need to do now is I need to print those snowflakes onto this Gampi. But this is a carving bench. I have no pigment. I have no nothing. Ishikawa-san is working upstairs. And I'm going to run upstairs quickly now with this block. She's got a bench. She's got hot colors there. Everything's working. And I'm going to quickly ask her to take an impression of a peach color on this block. Can you guys take care of yourself? For one, it'll take 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. While we're waiting for me to get back, I will put up the outside. I buggered it up, whatever. I'll put up the outside camera. And I will disappear for 2 or 3 minutes. Big kids, right? Take care of yourself. I don't think there's anything else I can prepare for you while I'm gone. Just back in a minute or so. Excuse Excuse me. What have I got? I need my glasses, I need my hunchta, I need my block. Back in a couple of minutes. Thank you. Mike, the mic is here. Oh, the outside mic. Yeah. Good boy, whoever that was. Thank you. Outside mic is now back up. I take a pee break. I might do that too, actually, while she's printing. Back in a minute. social disaster. I forgot my mask. I go in the room there, I start talking, I gotta do this, blah, blah, where's this? And Ishikawa-san says like, where's your mask? So I'm talking, nanda, nanda, nanda. Is there a sign outside that says you're streaming? No. No, there isn't. Who's the truck there? Is that the Yoshibori truck? The vegetable truck, I guess. Not the Yoshibori, that's the vegetable guy down the road. Okay. Okay. So, we just took a quick impression of that block then, you can see, with the color. It's a color that's similar to the color that's being used on it for the normal printing. I just grabbed whatever was at the bench. I didn't grab a blue or a green. I grabbed a light red, and that's the color that's similar. So we can wash it later. And now on here, there are 5 little white dots that need to be transferred to this piece of wood. And is it dark enough? I think one of them is not dark enough. 4 of them I can see. The 5th one I can't quite see. So I'm going to fiddle here. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to paint color them in this year. If I had used black, it would be visible. Once I paste this on the wood, it's not really going to be visible. So. Shapes here. Okay. And now you know how this works. Back to the glue. About the Czech streamer, after me he walked towards Donkey and past a big structure of red lanterns. You mean on this street? There's a restaurant on the right hand side. Hang on one sec. A big structure of red lanterns. I don't know, if you mean structure of red lanterns, you mean the one down there? Oh no. The restaurant is red awning, the truck is coming and blocking it. I'm not sure, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. A structure of red lanterns between here and Donkey. A wall of red lamps stacked. Oh, I know what you mean. It's Netflix. I know. Yes. I don't have a picture of it. It's an it. I know. This past couple of weeks, Netflix has had a campaign running. There's a new video / movie / whatever. Lower the outside mic. Hey. Outside mic is down by half. Netflix it's all opening on December the 9th, December 19th or something. Netflix has beat Takeshi's life history into a movie. And they've got different promotional stuff happening here all around the district. And one of them is in front of the new Uniqlo store, which is across the street from Don Quixote. There's a little miniature plaza, and they've hired jugglers, magicians, actors, stilt walkers, whatever, to do their stuff on that plaza just to stop people, passerbys, and so they'll read the sign that says buy Netflix, whatever. And as part of that, they've put up a display of festival lanterns. It's about 4 or 5 meters high. It's got lanterns similar to the kind of lantern you see here, all hanging up in rows, and speakers blasting out Japanese music. So yes, so it's a temporary festival lantern setup promoted by Netflix. It's in the same place that every year they do a little Bonodori festival, and that kind of lantern display you will also see in a Bonodori. We can't quite see it from here because it's around the corner. I can see 4 black dots. Where's the 5th one? I'm sure there were 5 dots to show. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's up over here. We haven't got that far yet. Hang on a second. It's over here. Here it is. Okay, 5 dots. I'm wondering what's going on here. 5 dots. Okay. You know what we're doing? I just have now to copy these 5. Is it getting towards show and tell time? We do have a show and tell. We have a couple of different show and tells stacked up today, so I think we'll just look at one of them. 9:06. We may be just on time. Good, 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 good. Bit early maybe. The garbage truck down there, he's probably got a half hour's work for him, because those dudes, that hot dog place, they were busy. My God, they were busy on the weekend. People were lined up down the block, and on top of the lineup, there was a lineup at the other side. People were lining up in person to buy the hot dogs. There was a separate lineup of delivery drivers. Uber and Eats and whatever all these companies are, they were lining up on the other side. There was that much demand for their stuff Saturday and Sunday. Inside that place must have been an insane nightmare. The guys with their phones, they're all showing their phones to the window and yelling numbers, and the woman says, "Get in line, we'll call your number," and stuff. Wow. The other funny thing about the delivery guys is the address. My address here is Asakusa 1418. The address of the restaurant next door, the Kakigoye, it's Asakusa 1418. The hot dog place is 1418. We all have the same address because it used to be a larger building when they handed out the addresses. And we've all just got the address that comes with the particular piece of land that our building is sitting on. So the delivery drivers get this address, and Google shows them 1418, or their Uber, whatever it is, shows them 1418. And so the guy comes here. He stops, parks his motorbike out in front of our place, comes in, and we've had him coming indoors. I don't know, hot dog, and I'm like, no, down the street, down the street. But if I'd be standing outside, you can see the guy. He's looking around, looking around, looking around. He goes around the block. He comes back. Addresses in Japan are fun until you're on a deadline, and then it's not fun anymore. Someone's asking, do I use a big knife? I only have like this one knife I'm using. I believe I use just the tip of it, and it becomes, at the tip, infinitely small, so I think we are okay. Okay, we are done the carving part. That's all I had to do today, that little one. Rei-chan, she has done her first test batch of these prints, And I told you before that these girls were a little bit terrified about this, the registration. They were really worried that this print is going to be just too difficult to print. And I have to say, she came through just fine. And she won't admit it. I got her test prints and we looked at them together. So I'm saying, see, it's going to be okay this year, right? Now do you believe me? And she said, no, I'm so they won't admit it, but they're fine. We are now, I don't have numbers from right now, we are now approaching 200. Just to, in case anybody's curious, the ED series, Embrace the Delight, we are currently at 171 subscribers. So this is good. We gave everybody a chance to get in first, and then we opened it up on the video. I screwed up the video that night, last night. I screwed up the web page, and this page was broken just after I sent out the video. But we are at 171, and as we get closer to 200, we are going to chat with the girls upstairs. In fact, today, we have this conversation today up there. I think we can run to 300 this year, and they are asking me not to stress them too much. They would like to keep it at 200, the same as last year. But I am thinking after this test printing that we're good for 300. So that's a big decision that has to be made today, and it's being made just in time. We have 171 subscribers, so whether I soon cut it off or whether I let it run for a while, that remains to be seen. I have to make that call sometime as we approach 200. I'm very confident they can make the requisite numbers, but they're less confident, but we'll see. Okay, there we go. Carving work is done. So the interesting, someone's asking, did the video lead to another surge in blah, 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 blah? The video led to a surge in everything. There's a massive increase in Great Wave requests, and there is a massive number of orders over the weekend for Yoshida and Doi Hanga prints. I had not even remotely thought that I was doing promotion for them, but in passing I mentioned, somewhere in the video, like for 10 seconds, I mentioned we have, oh yeah, when I was talking about Watanabe-san. I was trying to make the focus out about Watanabe-san, and I mentioned in passing Doi Hanga, and like we're not sold out, but my God. I tell you, people that are good at promotion, you know. Okay, show and tell. Show and tell. Before I do, there's something I want to mention to you, and you're not going to be happy about this. And I'm not happy about it, and nobody's happy about it, but whatever. Part of what we do here is show people what's going on. So I'm going to let you know about this today, but please don't panic. Please don't get upset and don't panic. Guy knocked at the front door here last week with his business card. That, you know, we're neighbors here. I'm neighbors here. He said, yeah, we're taking over the building that backs up to you, behind you, and we are going to tear it down. And what we're talking about, those of you who know the neighborhood, this is Dori. At the moment, I'm sitting right here, just inside our building. This is the Mokuhankan building. It's still marked with the name of the jeweler, but it doesn't matter. This is the building we are in. And this actually isn't all exactly to scale. It's a rough drawing from City Hall about where they think these are. So that's where we are. Next to me is the new restaurant, used to be a shoe store, and then next to them is there's three tiny little shacks. There's the Emmy's bar that's now a crepe shop. There's the guy that does the Egyptian smoking, and there's the young lady with a very nice coffee shop, Tenkoku. The guy on the corner, he's got a brand new building for making tendon, and he used to be over here where the hotel is, but he sold out to the hotel or did an exchange. They bought this property for him and built this building, and he is now there. Next to him is an abandoned building. If you've walked down the street, you never would have noticed it because there's been nobody in there since before I came to Asakusa. Somebody was living upstairs, but the businesses downstairs are all gone. Anyway, they have bought it and they are now tearing it down. Okay, no problem. It is from an era when these buildings were made with insulation with asbestos. So there is a huge risk at the moment of, as they tear this thing down, of asbestos being thrown out into the neighborhood. Now, Japan learned their lessons on this, the same as Australia, Canada, America, whatever. All these countries did the same thing. They didn't understand this. They finally understood it, and over time, they got this shut down. Japan was a little bit late to that party. So Japan now has very strict rules in place about this, extremely strict rules. The building must be inspected first. People drill into the walls, figure out what's in there. They pull out roof panels. The city inspectors, whatever, go through the place with a fine tooth comb. And they rate the building. Asbestos level 1, level 2, level 3. Asbestos level 1 means you get out of there. You get out of there as fast as you can. When they're taking it down, the building has to be wrapped in plastic with negative suction. No air can escape, and I don't know what they do with it, but it has to be taken out of the community. The guy who brought me this said, "We're going to start construction." I said, "It's full of asbestos." And he said, "Well, there's a little bit in there." I'm like, okay, wait a minute. We have to talk about this. He says it's level 3. Level 3 means they don't wrap the building. They go in there. The guys wear suits. I don't know. They take plastic bags. They take it off, put it in the bags. Out it goes. And then general demolition starts. Do we trust this? I got to be careful with what I say here. The company is such and such a company, such and such company. They've got a website listed. It's a Chinese company. It's a Chinese real estate investment company. I guess recently the real estate in China has become tight and difficult, whatever. So Chinese investors with money are now moving overseas, targeting properties, buying them, and trying to build a new building and flip it. So we have a situation where there is some kind of asbestos in the building. It has supposedly been inspected, and the people behind it are quick buck investors. So whatever, just that's the situation. So sometime today or tomorrow, this thing is going to start up in January. Sometime today or tomorrow, I'm going to wander down to City Hall with this documentation. And I'm going to ask to speak to it's called a Kankyo Monitor. Every city hall here has environmental monitor. And actually, I've used that facility before. When I lived back in Hamura, there was a neighbor who was burning plastic every night and taking apart rectifiers full of PCBs. It was kind of a messy situation. I ratted on him at City Hall, and they came and seized everything, whatever. Things are what they are. So this one, I don't know what's happening. It may be clean. They've got their inspections done. Maybe this is all okay, but I simply don't trust this little piece of paper and the salesman at the door, especially when I hear the background that this is an investment company from overseas who really doesn't give a rat's ass about our community. So as I said, don't panic on this right now. I am going to see what I can see. When demolition does start, we are going to tape our windows closed as tight as possible. I am going to avoid going outside. After it's over, when we go up on the roof, I'm going to hope for some rain to wash it away. I don't know. I'm going to try and protect myself here. So as I said, don't panic, but that's how it sits at the moment. Japan is still a little bit behind the 8 ball on this, and I feel that we have to protect our stuff ourselves. Okay, Chantal, I got some boxes here. Got one box here. Wait a minute. No, we've seen that one. Let's get that out of the way. Here's the next one. By the way, can you see the silver play button? At the top of the neighbors first, I went straight to the Don, the guy who runs the whale restaurant. I showed him this. And he's like, "Did you ask him?" I said, "Yeah, they say they've got city permission." He says, "Oh, it's okay then." Yeah, right. It's okay. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, right there, that's the back side of the silver play button. In the window. I think I said in the video, I'm not going to put it in the background of the videos. It's a bit too much like bragging. So Dave goes and puts it in the front window instead. So, okay, whatever. Basket. Basket. Oh, we're on a roll today. Pushing my luck here. Pushing my luck here. 3 in a row. Oh, more. What have I done? I will never do this. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. There's more. This is a fun show and tell. This looks like my last. I don't say more. I have no idea. This is number 5. So 3 in a row. I missed 4. This is 5. The last one, it stuck to my finger. That's my excuse. The tape stuck to my finger on release. 4 to 1. Oh no, it's tape. Oh, now what do? It's stuck on the edge of the basket. It fell in. Okay. Little things amuse small minds. So Dave needs help. Look, it's been a really long weekend. It has been a huge, huge long weekend. Ups and downs. There's so much work waiting for me now. I can't finish it in a month of Sundays. Bounce, but in. more. Hey, I'm an honest man. I'm an honest man. Someone says, how can we believe me? Hey, I am an honest man. I have defects, I have positive things, I have defects. But one defect I do not have is that I am an honest man. I've lost track of what we've done here. I did miss 1. I've missed 2. Today's show time. No time, people. Let's go home. Wrap it all up. We're done today. I can't actually see the basket. Right in the middle. Okay, 1 more. There's 2 more, but 1 is enough. That'll let us get in here. That's enough. Enough is enough. It's a 6 to 2. Hi. The knife could have resolved it. Hi. Here we go. This is the last shot here today. Short. 6 to 3. What a terrible record. 6 to 3. No, I know where the basket is. We had a ton of fun with that, with the print parties. Anybody's had a print party here, you've seen the basket routine. Oh my God, we had such fun with the baskets. I got so good at it. I would stand at the left end of the print party bench. I have to wipe the block after each gradation. We get to the part of the print party, there's 4 people coming through. They're printing, it's all what it is. But at the gradation part, I have to wipe after each person does it. So each person does this, they come through, I wipe with a tissue, I roll them up. I've got 2 tissues now rolled up with black pigment in my left hand. I separate them in my hand, and behind the person who is printing and in front of the people who are watching, there's a double. We've got a little basket with 2 foot things, and it opens up like this with 2 holes in it. And they sit open during the day. And I did. Bang, bang, 2 pieces of tissue, away we go. light look to see that everybody's watching. Over we go, and I got really good at it. And any number of times they would go in, bang, straight, 1, 2. And I would just turn away. In fact, I would turn away almost without watching it and get back to my work here. And the people on the bench are just like, did I just see what I just saw? It was so much fun. Print parties, print parties, print parties. Okay, we have a mixed bag today. A mixed bag. I'll show you the auction. Where's the auction listing? Just let me find my Safari browser. Just a second. I've got to show you this because, where are we? Auction, finished auctions. Where are we here? Here we are. 8 to 8. Oops, I didn't mean to click to it. I meant to click and copy paste. Copy. Okay, here we go. I spent a ton of money on this. Not. Here's the auction listing. You can see the price I paid for this. This is a, what do you call it? A grab bag, a junk box. It's one of those things, the guy is a dealer, he's got all kinds of prints, he sells the big prints one by one, puts them up on auction, gets $100, $50, $200, whatever, and then at the end of the day or the end of some time, he's got a pile of stuff, he doesn't know what to do with it. So I paid, what did I pay? About $16. Let's have a look and see what's inside. Did I waste my money? Did I get good value? Who knows? Let's just flip through this thing. Some of them may not even be woodblock prints. So far as I can see, they are. I don't even know what we're looking at. A Chinese landscape reproduced on super thin paper. This actually might be from China, this one. It doesn't really feel like a Japanese woodblock print. Let's move on. Let's move on. In fact, Tim, let me take them all out just so I don't have to sit here with a plastic bag. I got $16 worth of tape. Whoa, this one has seen this one has seen better days. Oh, it's the Futami ga aru desho? The two tied together blocks down in Ise. Every dealer in town, the old-fashioned dealers, they've got boxes and boxes and boxes full of stuff like this. This is how most Japanese prints ended up. Remember, they didn't frame them in the old days. They just stuck them in a drawer, stuck them on the wall, whatever. Somebody has actually chopped a piece out of here for some reason. That's cut. No idea. Should we put this in the flea market? I don't think so. Let's keep going. What have we got? Well, there's my money back right here. Look at this. It's the kind of print they used to put in Christmas cards. They'd sell them in Kyoto or visit to Kyoto, your souvenir visit to Kyoto. They're carved in pairs. The carver carved the thing twice. The carver carved the whole thing twice. He stuck the hanshite down twice, made a copy of it, carved twice, printed once. I've seen 2-ups, I've seen 4-ups. This is quite common. So spot the differences. They spot the carver is going to be a little twinge different here and there. This is a nice item. It's been printed very nicely too. Look at this. That's a bit too close, on the edge of what the camera can focus. Hang on a second. This is Kyoto souvenir stuff. If I had to guess a date, looking by the tone of the paper, this is it's post-war, absolutely. It's 1960s, 1970s, somewhere around there. And I am not going to cut this apart. It's like when you collect postage stamps, you get blocks of 4 and stuff. No way am I going to cut them apart. We've got more. Oh, no way! No way! Look at this! No way! Something else too. Look at this. This is really, really fun. These are probably what they did. They made these. They will cut them apart and they will stick them inside envelopes. So somewhere on the front of a card, people would buy the card in the stationery shop, open it up, happy, wish you were here in Japan, thanks, blah, 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 and they would send it in an envelope. Point being, it's going to be trimmed after making, so they don't want to waste any washi. Do you see the corner here? This print wasn't made on a larger piece of paper and then trimmed. You can see where they stuck it in the registration marks and where they stuck it in the registration mark here. This thing is made to go right into the block with no waste of paper, not wasting one tiny fraction of money on this thing. You know where we are. This is Utsuku. It's the shrine down at Miyajima. I can't remember the name of it. Somebody help me please. The name of the shrine down there. Itsukushima Jinja. Thank you, sir. Itsukushima Jinja. Itsukushima. Yeah, Itsukushima. Let's roll on. I'm going to be here all day. Look at this. What is this? You tell me, why would somebody have made a round little print? I've never seen anything like this before. What is this? Can't read the designer's name. It's similar to a sort of a haiga, the kind of picture we used to see in connection with haiku poetry or something like this. I have no idea, nothing to report to you, no idea. It's quickly and carelessly made, nicely carved, quickly and carelessly printed. A little classic treasure, no idea. Let's keep going. This is going to take all day. Look at this stuff. Moving right along here. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. It's the same deal, Kyoto Souvenirs, and what they've done is instead of carving it two up, they've carved two up of different designs. Here's the difference. This one, they know is going to be a popular design. They want to make as many as they can. This one, they want to be efficient with the printing, but they're perhaps not expecting each one of these to be a dynamite seller. This is pretty rough stuff. This is later. I would say this is 1970s maybe. I'm not sure. It says Kiyomizu Dera. Sanjo Ohashi. These are nice. Nice. So somebody must have found a bunch of stuff from an old... Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at the toning. And a clean white space in the middle. Maybe if we look in the stack here, there's going to be something that fits in. Look at this. There is. There's going to be stuff that fits in here. They would have been stacked up together. This one with bad paper would have been on top of that. It's protected it. Look at this. You get the idea? So this has had something with really bad paper stacked on top of it. Hey. It almost looks like part of the design. These are fun. These are so much fun. There's your advantage. You have two up. Look at this. The gradation goes straight across. You can see the advantage. If I hadn't canceled the Saturday stream, I would have been opening this on the Saturday stream, December the 25th. No way. No way. I missed a chance. I could have opened this on Saturday morning. It's been that kind of a week. Why would they be so far apart? I'm not quite sure. Here's the corner registration, and here is the other registration. In they go. Something, look at this one. There is a secret in this one. Look at this. They've carved a set of blocks as a two-up, but instead of banging them side by side, they've done something interesting. They've separated them a little bit, and they've made a separate corner registration mark for this one. So the printer can do, he can do a two-up. There's a registration mark here. He can do one, he can print just this one, or he can print both together. There's three possible ways to use that same set of blocks. It's on one piece of wood with registration set A, registration set B, registration set C. You get 3 ways to do it. Super, super versatile. Clearly made for this foreign market here. And again, this is post-war. I don't know. All I can say is 50s/60s. This one is too old. This is not 70s. Let's keep going. Oh my God, we're out of time. Doesn't matter. Let's just have a look at these. Oh, we've seen this before. Here we are. Here's now the real thing. It just keeps on going. My God, how much did I pay for this? These dealers, you know, if he had just shown some freaking pictures of what he had, instead of saying grab bag, who knows what's inside, if he had just taken the time and trouble to take some pictures, me and 8 other people would have bid to the roof on this. He shot himself in the foot. He absolutely did that. Whatever, I guess he just doesn't care. He's got tons of this stuff. Blow it through. Is that a stain? No, 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 it's on both. It's the moon. Somebody says reflections look like scribbles. They indeed are scribbles, absolutely. It just keeps going. Everything's Kyoto here. None of this was made in Tokyo. This is all done for Kyoto, for the Kyoto market, for the tourist market. Yeah, the snow here is blobs on top. This is white paper. These are blobs on top. This is all white Golden pigment. And these guys are good at it. We're not so good at this, but these guys are good at it. You can make those white blobs strong and confident. I don't know how they did that. If we had another copy, we could compare the shape of the dots. If I'd have known, I could have split this into 2 and we could have had 2 days worth of show and tell. Let's just chug on. Okay, looks like that's the end of our doubles. It's a hair, I believe it's a hair ornament, the type that will be used by one of the Maiko. This looks unfinished. I would guess something else is supposed to be going in there. I'm not quite sure. I would guess a gold colored pattern might go in there. I don't know. That looks unfinished. Back to Itsukushima Jinja. Postcard. Oh, we've got this. We got a bunch of these before. Do you remember? We got an auction package with a whole bunch of this. This is Daimonji in Kyoto. This is old. This is something much, 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 much older. This is from an antique. This is, I don't have any idea. Look at that. My God. No idea. This is way, 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 way older. Again, a piece of junk, something trimmed from a larger print. Yeah, this is now, we've now jumped back in time quite a distance. This is the same signature. We've seen this. Have you got your pattern recognition skills in tow? Same signature. We're down to the dribs and drabs. Speaking about match labels, do you understand what's happening here? We're looking at a match label of the actual mechanical, real match label kind. This is not a match label for collectors. This is a matchbox. You can see what's happening here. You can fold this. You can see how it goes. The bottom of the matchbox, one face, the top, the back face. This would fold around the actual physical matchbox. It says, Minato ya no gold yokan. Oh, okay, I stand corrected. It's not matches. It's a little small package of bean jam. Bean jelly? What do they call it? It's yokan. It's bean jelly. If you just Y-O-K-A-N in English. So I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like a matchbox. Actually, it is. It's a little bit bigger than a matchbox. So if you imagine a rectangle of bean jelly, this would go around the outside of it. Gold brand, and it says Minato ya. That would be the name of the store. Minato is port. It'll be the port. Minato ya no gold yokan. Minato ya. So I'm sorry, it's similar to a matchbox, but this one is simply bean paste, bean jelly. I spoke too soon when I said match label, I'm sorry. Look at this little one. I would have paid 16 bucks for this. Look at this. Again, this is Kyoto stuff, all Kyoto. A little bit of gold powder, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. White gofun again on top. Classic. Look at this. Okay. I get it. Look at this. A cut corner. I guess he smudged the black on it. He sliced the corner. No idea. You tell me. Do they care? There's a black mark here. Rejected. I paid good money for this. Here we go. Back to that same other collection. There's obviously some older books. Same signature, same rough style, same paper. I have no idea. They're all different sizes. If it was book pages, I would get it, but they're all different sizes and shapes. We'll have to look up the signature and see what we could find. My God, look at this. Look at those of you who are trying printing. Can we do this? Can I zoom in on this? Look at this power. Can I get a good angle here? Do you see it? The striations? This guy has driven. Look at this. He's driven his baron into the back of this. Even a little tiny postcard. Bang, 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 bang. Fast, hard, fast, hard. There was nothing delicate about the way these guys worked. They were powerful men getting paid by the piece. Speed. Choop, choop. Pigment, paper. Choop, choop, choop. Off. Hey, pigment, paper. Choop, choop. Pop, pop, pop. Maybe 15 seconds a sheet, something like that. Incredible. Incredible, incredible. Incredible. Oh, and let's just save that for a second. Two cut corners. Mangetsu. It's a label of something, no idea, some kind of confection. And then at the very end, we have an ancient, absolutely ancient. This is way older than me. This is, I don't know. This will be early 1800s. This is a sheet torn from an old book of what are called toba-e. Toba-e. It's a genre of rough sketches, scribbles that were done in print, done as prints for quick publication. They were joke images, joke designs, the kind of scribbles you would see on the wall somewhere. This will now, actually, this will be one of the oldest things that we have in our collection. This is old. It says Hiroshige, which I think, whatever, no idea. Maybe yes, maybe no. And it's printed on like a piece of brown wrapping paper. I think it says Hiroshige, so maybe, let me qualify it. It might not be as old as I said. The genre flourished much earlier than him, but if it really is a design from a Hiroshige book, then it wouldn't be that old. It'll only be 150 years old or so. Okay, there we have it. There we have it. There we have it. Okay, I've had fun today. I know, what am I going to be doing now for the next little while? I don't know, as we've chatted with you before. My next carving job won't be starting until sometime in January, second week, third week of January. Until then, most of my work is video editing, it's preparing prints, it's doing embossing, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure. I will try to arrange streams, I will try to arrange something interesting, but I really don't know, because most of the work in front of me now is office work, desk work. So I will try and find this. I will try to avoid cancelling at the last minute like I did on Saturday. I'm really sorry about that. I'll be here on Thursday, and we'll try and work out a schedule for something to do over the year end. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm now going to get back to my inbox. My inbox. It's still, this is the day of the week that I don't like. Omi is waiting for work now. It's Monday morning, but our order preparation people don't work Sundays, so it's going to be my job this morning with Watanabe-san. Hey, I've had fun. Thank you very much. Let's put up the outside camera. Click. Let's put up the outside camera for the last minute before I sign off. 2 beer cans. There we are. It was a long, busy weekend. They went through 2 kegs of beer, not the normal one. Ninja are setting up. Oh, and you can see they have, okay, look at the Ninja. They've got 2 awnings. From where we stand, the left-hand awning is rolled out over the sidewalk. But now what they've done the last few days is they're not using the right-hand awning. They've rolled it back and put it in over the door. And that's where the boy jumps down from upstairs. You could have left the awning out. It would have caught him when he fell. I don't know. Whatever, I'll update you next time. Watch your news reports. Tragedy on Asakusa Street. Ninja falls from roof. We'll see. We're out of here. Thank you very much. See you next time. So I hope not as well.